Aspire Nation, what is going on, guys? It is 2021, January 4th, which is kind of like the first because it's a Monday, you know? The weekend did not count. So I wanted to start off strong. I wanted to make a video explaining to you guys what's going to happen with the Aspire Nation, where I'm going this year, what my plans are, and what I'm trying to improve on and what I'm trying to build and where I want to go. But first, I'm going to take a drink of this. If you guys like 3D energy or energy drinks, this red one is phenomenal. I recommend it for sure. Christian Guzman owns it. He's a fitness YouTuber and entrepreneur. So, you know, if they ever want to get in the gaming sector, feel free to send me shit, and I will shamelessly put it right here for the world to see. Anyway, 2021. No, let's back up. 2020. Let's talk about what happened in 2020. I sucked. Let's just be honest with it, right? So at the beginning of 2020, I was really falling off. I just didn't care as much. I was like, I don't know if it's for me, blah, blah, blah. And I had this weird mental energy going on, and it wasn't until much later that I realized it's because I was burnt out. You know, at the time, I just spent the last 2-3 years streaming like minimum of 8 up to 16 hours a day, and I was just burnt. You know, I had no balance in my life. I wasn't going to the gym. I wasn't eating right. It was streaming first, everything else second, and that finally caught up with me. And then the second half of 2020, I was very fortunate actually to get a job that I've wanted for a long time. Downside was it came with 6 months of training that took all of my time. That's finished now, so I just wasn't around for the second half of the year. And for you guys that I kept in touch with, or that kept in touch with me and just hung out, thank you. Like that is a level of loyalty I wasn't expecting. So thank you for that. So we look forward, right? Like 2020 sucked, let alone the whole pandemic thing, right? Like that's ongoing, but it's looking brighter every day. So we move forward, right? So I was at the gym this morning and I was like, okay, what do I want to accomplish this year? How do I want to accomplish it? And I was like, you know what? I've never once in my life set goals. I've never been that guy. I kind of thought it was corny, but it turns out I'm corny. So I was like, you know what? We're going to set goals. So I was on a treadmill this morning and I was thinking about them all, you know, actually putting some thought and logic behind them that I've had for a while. And I was like, let's do it. So I wrote them down on my phone. There are, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8-ish. Some kind of blend together, so we'll call it 8-ish. Okay. I'm just going to read them straight in order, although they jump around a little bit, and some go together, so I might skip some if I hit it already, you know. Number 1 would be YouTube video once a week for the first 3 months. Okay, so I'm a big believer in you have to build habits, right? Like, if I was like, I'm gonna make a YouTube video every day, there's a 100% chance I fail and I burn out somewhere along the way, similar to how I do with streaming, right? So I was like, if I set a realistic goal of 1 a week for the first 3 months, minimum, then I think we can accomplish it. That's only 4 a month, right? So like if I make 2 this week, then maybe I don't make 1 next week. Like just a way to try to level it out, or maybe, you know, it's just a minimum. And then we can go from there and try to build that habit of continuing to provide content. Because I decided to myself, when I came back, it would be different this time. I didn't want to stream all day. I still want to be a streamer, but I want to have balance, right? Like I want to go to the gym. I want to make YouTube videos. I want to stream on YouTube. I want to work on Twitch. Like I want to do a lot of things. I have to balance them better, and I think it's very possible. And I think it starts with this video, right? Like I always, my other YouTube videos were like edits or, you know, like just different things like that. They provide value maybe, but not in this way. So my thought was moving forward on YouTube, I want to make videos about video games, right? Like maybe it's about like New World and what's coming up in that game and what you guys can expect. If it ever comes out of NDA, I'll make that video, but for now I can't. And like that to provide value. But more importantly, while I'm providing that value, I also want to let my personality shine through and get to know you guys a little better and let you see what I'm about. Because I think that's easily missed when like we're streaming, you know, and like I'm going in a game hard, we're laughing, I'm with the friends, whatever the case may be. And I think this could be much more personal back and forth here. So YouTube videos once a week for the first 3 months, and then we'll keep going with that goal moving forward. But that seems like a good way to build that habit. Next one says, explore YouTube streaming. Okay, so, and then after that, it says stream on Twitch regularly, but not as long of sessions. Okay, so like I said just now, I used to stream a ton, and I stream for long periods of time. My new goal is I want to break that up, right? So like I want to explore YouTube streaming. There's no doubt it's getting a lot of attention right now. Wasn't a good year for Twitch, and it was a pretty good year for YouTube when it comes to that kind of stuff. You know, they picked up Valkyrie, who's proven she's made an amazing name for herself. A little Courage JD and Dr. Disrespect, although his situation is a little different. It's just, it's been proven like this can work here as well. So I'm gonna explore that. So what my plan is, and I'd love any feedback if you guys like that's not a good idea or that is a good idea. Let me know. My streams are gonna be broken in half, right? Instead of streaming 8 hours a day, like I don't plan on doing that unless I'm having a great time with the friends or something. But like generally speaking, it'll be like, hey, I'm gonna stream on Twitch for the first three-ish hours maybe, and then I'm gonna get off and I'm gonna be like, hey guys, you know what? Thank you so much for the stream, blah blah blah. I'm gonna take off. I'll be back in like 30 minutes or maybe even less, depending on what's going on outside of the streaming world, right? Like maybe I don't need to eat or something. And then I'm gonna go live on YouTube, and I'd appreciate it if you were there. If not, that's cool too. I'll catch you in the next one. And start building my YouTube community because it's substantially smaller than my Twitch one, and that's okay. But I gotta put the time in to do that to see if it can go somewhere. And that's the goal on that. I think that's a good plan. I did it last night. I only streamed for 2 hours on Twitch, and I told the guys, hey, I'm gonna come back, but I'm gonna be on YouTube, and I dropped the link, of course. And then I came back, and I streamed on YouTube for another 2 hours. Basically, I got off like 30 minutes, got some dinner, came back, and streamed, which was cool. It actually worked out really good. A lot of the guys came over, and thank you for that. You're probably the same people watching this video, so like so much love for you for just showing me that kind of love and support. That's hard to find, so it actually does mean a lot to me. And all right, let's go on. And then it says, get back to where I was in fitness. Okay, so this is gonna go hand in hand with the last one, but for right now, I don't know if you guys know this. Fitness is a big deal to me. Most of you guys know that. Okay. I was really into working out. I love the gym. I love working out. I love being in good shape. I love being able to just, you know, squat 300 pounds and do all this stuff. And I think that's really cool to do. It's just something I personally enjoy. And if you're not into it, there's nothing wrong with that. But that is something that I'm passionate about. And it's something I want to bring more out of me, because I've always kind of been like, I talk about it, but I kind of felt stupid talking about it. So I didn't want to do it a lot, you know. So the gym, I was in really good shape, and then I started streaming, and I got more and more into streaming, and I just pushed it in the background. I was skipping weeks at a time. I was eating anything that was in my path, because streaming was number one all the time, right? And it got me in really bad shape. And I was like, all right, that's a problem. So then I started working on it, and I got back in okay shape. I wasn't quite there. Then I took a new job, and I essentially didn't go to the gym for 6 months because I had to go through that training. We did PT in the training, but it's just different, right? So I'm going to show you this. It's not something I normally do. We'll put it like right here-ish. I don't know, somewhere in this area. This is me 2 days ago, yesterday. I think it was yesterday morning. Might have been 2 days ago. That was my physique. Again, I'm not in bad shape. I'm fully aware of that. But by my personal standards, I am. Like, I know people are like, you're in great shape, don't even worry about it. But by my standards, I am. I want to be stronger than I am. I want to be leaner than I am. I want to be an athlete, you know? Like, that's what I like to do. So, this is something I want to improve on. And this is probably the only time you'll ever see a picture like this of me. I'm not into that. I'll never be into that. So, but if I'm going to be true and honest with myself, this is my starting point. So I want to be open with that. And plus, you know, I'm not the only gamer that lifts. Like, I know there's a lot of us out there, and I think it'd be cool if we could do it together, or if I could help you out, or you could help me out. Like, it'd be a good relationship, but a different dynamic to the Aspire community, right? So, then it says, become a better leader within the online community. Okay. So this is directly talking about me and my shortcomings as the guy who started Aspire Nation. All right, so let's get into this. All right, so I showed some of my friends this, and they laughed, and it was funny, but at the same time, it's not funny if you're in my position, right? If you were to message me today on Instagram, Twitter, Discord, doesn't matter. If you DM me, I will respond. I may not see it like immediately, but when I do, I'm going to respond to you, and I'm going to try to make it as sincere as possible instead of just blowing you off. I will give you the time of day. I think it's incredibly important, because without you, I'm shit, right? Like, that's what it comes down to. I'm nothing. So the reason I bring that up is for a long time, not in the last like 6 months or so, but prior to that, I had all that stuff turned off. So if you DM me at all, I just never saw it, essentially. I just didn't. And then, you know, which is fine, but like from your standpoint or anyone that messaged me standpoint, it looks like I'm ignoring them, and I wasn't intentionally, but and I guess I was. Like, I was ignoring you, just not intentionally, right? So I wanted to stop that. I want to give every person the time of day that I can. So I was like, you know what? I need to become a better leader. I need to be more thoughtful and more caring. So I want to do that. And I want to respond to people and get to know them. A great example of this, and it's kind of bugged me. It still bugs me today. I was thinking about it earlier today when I wrote this. This is why it made me think of it. I had a member of my community, not someone that's there every day, right? Like comes and goes, which is most people. That's totally acceptable. That's expected in this world, right? Nice guy. He came in probably 6 months ago, maybe, no, less than that, maybe three, 4 months ago. And he was like, my dad's in the hospital with COVID-19. In my Discord, so I'm comfortable saying that because he said it publicly, right? And myself and people of the community were like, just people in the nation were like, I'm sorry, man, that really sucks. I hope he gets better. Which there's nothing wrong with saying that, right? Like I said it, I wrote it, other people wrote it. My issue is that's very generic, right? I wrote that, and I'm sure he didn't think any of it other than like thanks and moved on with his life. But I could have wrote that, and then I could have messaged him and been like, hey man, I hope your dad's okay. How's he doing? And followed up, like I hope he's okay. How's he doing? A couple weeks later, follow up. Hey, I just want to check and see if your dad's doing any better. That's caring, right? And that's what I regret not doing in that very specific situation. And I want to become more thoughtful and empathetic and do that more often, because that's actually who I am, right? But it's easily missed when I'm streaming and I'm being loud and obnoxious and with the friends. It's easy to miss those aspects of who I am as a person because I'm providing entertainment. So that's a big one for me. All right, moving on. Next one was be more thoughtful, but we just covered that, so we're gonna go through that. Interact better with my community. I have a habit of talking to the same group. Okay, so this goes hand in hand with that one. Alrighty, so like I just said, I want to give everyone the time of day, but not more importantly, in addition to that, on Snapchat, I have a core group. Like, it's a Snapchat group. It's just a group of people from the community that are like there since like day one. Like myself, Sama, Viking, Dreamer, who's in there? Regret, Hostile, Sofarix, and Mandycat. So like, essentially people that have been there since day one that I've told my like long-term goals to, that are always like fearful. If you're a human, you have those. Telling some of those is kind of scary, right? Because you're like, what if they think I'm an idiot? So, I don't, like those kind of things, right? And I told them all those, and they're like, that's amazing, man. Good luck. I will help you along the way. And they've stood by me when I was being an idiot, when I wasn't being an idiot. They pull me aside and say, hey, you're being an idiot. Like, whatever the case may be, it's that core group, and I love them for that. Thank you, guys. I have no doubt that group will watch this. So thank you. The reason I put that in there is most of the things I write in that group is just fooling around. Like, it's a snap story. It's not that often serious, right? Just me being an idiot. So that's content essentially that I am withholding and not showing that side of my personality other than the same people that already know me. So so what I'm trying to do now is like, if I'm ever like, this is going to be funny, I'm going to send it to this group. I'm like, no, I will send it to them group. I'm also going to put it on Twitter or on, YouTube stories or on, my Twitter, what do they call it? Fleet, whatever the hell it is. It's a story or Instagram, whatever the case may be. I need to be more open about that side of my personality. So that's what I mean by that, and that's what I'm going to do. I hope they don't mind. I love you guys, and we'll keep that personal relationship, but I need to be more open about that stuff. Okay, so I have 2 left. This first one, okay, I'm just going to say it. It says, be less judgmental. Okay, this is a bad habit of mine. I judge everybody in about the first 5 seconds of interaction. It's not always bad, right? Like, I'm not saying I can judge everyone in a bad way, but I usually gauge somebody, and that's probably a human quality most of us do, right? I want to try to understand people better as a whole instead of judging them so quickly. Let me give you an example. And this is pretty much off my past, something I'll probably never get into, but it doesn't matter. Let's say I have a close friend that like is really like enjoys drinking. Nothing wrong with that. You're a legal age, like do your thing, right? They enjoy drinking, they have a good time, and that's awesome. Because of things that have happened in my past with people close to me, I immediately don't like that. I'm like, I don't like that you do that. I don't want you to do that, blah, blah, blah. And then, that becomes a problem because like we're supposed to be close friends. They're like, I'm living my life. I'm not doing anything wrong. And they're not, right? So I'm trying to get better understanding that thought process and not becoming so judgmental. And that goes for a lot of things. That's just an example. So that's a big one for me. Hand in hand No, not hand in hand with that. I lied. Okay, so the next one, the last one. I feel like I'm rambling here. So if you're still here, this is the most important one, and thank you for being here. Be less self-conscious. Okay. This one's interesting because for some reason I've noticed on the internet, people don't think I'm self-conscious. Okay, so like people are always just like, I'll get messages from people all the time, not all the time, but regularly enough that are like, man, I wish I could stream, but I'm a little self-conscious, or I wish this, but I'm self-conscious. I don't know how you do it. And I'm like, in some form, they'll say something like that. And I'm like, I'm extremely self-conscious. If I'm honest, like I am. That's why you've never got a video like the one I'm making right now. That's why I didn't make you know why I didn't make YouTube videos for so long? It wasn't because of the work. Like I know how to make the video, I can edit. It's because I was like, hey, you know what? People I know about this YouTube channel. What if they see that video? That's it. That's the whole reason. And I'm like, that is the most ridiculous thing to say out loud, right? So it just comes down to self-consciousness and how I need to overcome that, and other people too. So this is me doing that in my own way, and I think you should too, regardless if it's streaming or whatever it is. It's easy to be a streamer and act a fool on a live stream, or being with my very close friends and act a fool, right? Because they know me all, and I know they're not going to judge me, but like when I start making videos, or like when I'm in a group, like I'm a different human, and that's not a bad thing, but I don't need to be. All right, so I'm just trying to be more myself. I've always been told I'm very charismatic, and I want to bring that out more and more because I think it's a great quality that I shouldn't be hiding. I should let shine. So I think that's it. Let me double check. Okay, yeah, that's all of them. All right, that's all of them. Those are my goals for 2021. So the big ones: less self-conscious, fitness, content creation. If I was gonna like really open it up to like macro ones instead of just having micro ones, that's what I would say they are. So thank you guys for watching. I'm excited. I truly, truly am. My next video out will be like something that provides value, because like this doesn't, right? This is just me rambling and telling you what I'm gonna try to do. This isn't providing you any value, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens next. My next video, I'm gonna be in 2 days. I'm trying to hold myself to this. It's the 4th, so on the 6th, I have to upload again. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one. It just occurred to me, I never adjusted my lights, so these LEDs are on behind me, and then, you know, the big overhead was on. I got to get better at this.